Okay, so the way that we do rounding is by using something called a rounding number line. And if you do this, every time you round a number, you will get the correct answer, absolutely every time. So whenever you do rounding, you'll need a piece of paper or a whiteboard and marker, whichever you have available. And the first thing that we're going to do is draw a number line. So say we want to round the number 36. Okay, this is the number that we're trying to round. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw a number line. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to number this line from 1 to 9. And we're going to put a line in between the 4 and the 5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, line, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we kind of have a pattern to it. You can kind of almost get into like a sing-songy rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, line, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's kind of how I remember it. So that's the very first thing we do is we go ahead and we draw our rounding number line. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at the number that's in the tens place. So in the number 36, the number 3 is in the tens place. So if we look at the number 3, we're going to say, okay, what is the value of that number? What is the value of the 3? So the value of the 3 in 36 is 30. That's how much it's worth. So we're going to put our 30 on this side of the number line. So we're going to put it right here, 30. Now when we count by tens, what comes after 30 when we count by tens? 10, 20, 30, 40. So 40 is going to go over here on this side of the number line. Okay? So that's the next step. We find our tens and we write them out on either side of the number line. Now, once we've used our tens, we don't need to look at that 3 anymore. So I come up here and I scribble out the 3 because I don't need him. And now we're going to focus on the number in the 1 spot. So I circle the 6 here, and then I also come down here and circle the 6 on the number line like this. Okay? So now all I have to do is figure out what side of my line the 6 is on. Is it on the 40 side of the line? So everything from here over rounds up to 40. Everything from this side over rounds down to 30. Well, my 6 is on this side of the line, so it's going to round up to 40. So 36 would round to 40. So my answer is 36 rounds to 40. So that's how I would solve a rounding problem. And in my room, I require students to draw the rounding number line for every rounding problem that they get. Rounding and estimation, they need to draw this rounding number line. If you draw the rounding number line and follow those steps, you will get the correct answer every single time. Every time. And I've been doing this for years now and it's not failed me yet. Let's look at another example. What if we did the number 42? Okay. So the first thing that we do, and it's very important that you walk through the steps in order. So step number 1, draw out, write your number. Step number 2, draw the rounding number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, line. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's your rounding number line. That's step number 2. So write your number, draw the rounding number line. Then the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at the number in the tens spot. So go ahead and draw your number in the tens spot. And you're going to figure out what the value of that number is. So this 4, the value of the 4 is 40. Okay? So my 40 goes here. And then what comes after when I count by tens? Well, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 goes here. So 40 and 50. So now I figured out what my tens is. and I'm going to scribble out this number and circle the number in the 1 spot. So this is a 2. I'm going to circle my 2 here on the number line. What side of my line is it on? Well, it's on this side of the line, and I remember that everything on this side rounds down, so my answer is 40. So 42 would round to 40. So, quick recap. Step number 1, write your number. Step number 2, draw your rounding number line. Step number 3, figure out what your tens are, or what's the value of the 10, and write it down. Then you scribble out your 10, circle the number in the ones place, circle it on the line, and round. If you follow these steps, you will get the correct answer every time.